Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Run and Code, humor in South Texas law enforcement. I'm your host, T-Bone, partner J-Man.
Going on?
J-Man, what's up?
Nothing much.
So, we're sorry we missed. We did the last episode. Hope you enjoyed it. And that was on ICE and all the problems that's causing. And this episode, we had that email from she's a police cadet in the Boston area. Didn't tell me which agency, and that's fine. And she asked us to do an episode on EVOC, testifying in court, and defensive tactics.
Mm-hmm.
We figured we'd oblige that. This is going to be more like a potpourri episode, just talk about a little bit of everything. I know we've covered some of this, in other episodes, but she asked us to talk about it. Why not? She requested, well, why not? So, and this will be a lot less controversial, except maybe the defensive tactics part, than
I guess so, yeah, probably.
than the last episode. But if you listen to the last episode, please bear in mind that we're not trying to be controversial. That's not what we're trying to be. We're trying to make it clear to people how law enforcement actually works. That we don't hate federal law enforcement agencies. They all work together. We all have the same goal: to keep this country safe and to protect its citizens. That's our goal, and we have to work with our federal partners to do that. And I'm sorry if you don't like that, but that's how that works. So, and that document right there gives them the right to do that. So, but we weren't trying to be controversial, and that wasn't the goal. So if you listen to that and what you thought was controversial, that wasn't the intent. But if that's how you took it, well, perception's reality, and we can't do anything about that. So we still hope you enjoyed the content. This one should be a little more fun. But we apologize for the missed week. Neither one of us could get away from what we were doing to do an episode. And we tell y'all, we're not getting paid to do this. So we get to them as we can. We try to do one a week. We try, to keep up and keep everybody interested. And we understand that, we can lose listeners that way, but, the real world intrudes. We're both active cops. We have busy lives. And unfortunately, things in law enforcement don't care about your days off. Sometimes it happens. If you become a cop because you think you're going to get your days off, as a patrolman, you might. But if you start getting specialized, SWAT, gang unit, traffic, CID, your days off really don't mean shit. And you will get, in fact, you want to guarantee you get called out? Go have an anniversary dinner. Go make plans to have an anniversary dinner, and you're going to get fucking called out. And that's just realities. So don't think, being a cop means you're exempt from getting called out off duty. You're not. I've been called out on my days off so many damn times. Get good pay. I mean, I'm making great overtime.
Yep.
But it sucks when you're just sitting down at an anniversary dinner and your phone rings. Hey, we got a 2-car fatality out here. Fuck. Wolf it down. We got to go.
Yep.
Sorry. And if you're lucky enough to find a good woman that can tolerate that, hold on to her. Because a lot of women will not tolerate that very long. They say from the beginning, I can deal with that. It happens. But a couple years in, they're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Hard to blame them either. You can't really blame them. That's a tough sell for a spouse, because they never know when they have to deal with the entire house. They got to pick the kids up from school because you were supposed to, but you got a late call. I mean, it just happens. So if you find a good woman that can tolerate that and be by your side and support you, brother, keep her. Sister, keep him. Because that's hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you need to be honest with your partners up front. Hey, look, I get called on my days off. I'm in a specialized unit now. If I go to the specialized unit, honey, I'm going to get called on my days off. I'm going to work 16-hour days sometimes. Make them aware. Don't hide it, because that's not fair to them. They need to be informed about what's going to happen. So don't ever hide that from your spouse. Tell them, hey, yeah, I'm a traffic officer now, which means I'm on call 24/7. I'm sorry, honey. Hey, I'm in gang unit, and when something big happens, I got to go. Be upfront with them.
Yep.
You agree with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it goes.
That's just how it goes. Now, if you're lucky enough to get one of those sweet spots where you never get called off duty, you're Monday through Friday, weekends and holidays, if that works for you, great. I would die in that kind of position. I would die. I would literally die. But if you are able to get that kind of position and it's good for you, fuck it, hold on to it, man. Shit, hold on to it as long as you can.
Mm-hmm.
You get that sweet office gig and the admin, make friends with the sheriff or the chief, and you're around them, the brass all day long, and good for you. I'll tell you right now, you won't be trusted by too many people in the rank and file. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, probably right. You're right.
Because you got to treat them differently. It's like your public affairs officer for your agency has a direct line to the sheriff or the chief.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be real careful what you say to them, because they have a direct line to the sheriff or chief. So ain't no such thing as a private conversation with your PAO. So don't ever treat your PAO like he's your homie, because he will go right to the sheriff or the chief and tell him exactly what you said, and all of a sudden you're getting a shit assignment and being treated like crap and don't know why. Well, you said something stupid that you thought was going to stay between you and that PAO.
Yeah, just easy. Just I don't know. Just keep it regular. Keep it just keep it work.
Just keep it work
That's it.
and keep your opinions to yourself.
Yep.
You know,
Everybody
come to
should
work, do
everybody
your
doesn't need to know everything anyway.
No.
So yeah, just
Look, at work, you should not discuss your personal life, politics, or your other person's spouse. Just, you're at work.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not saying you can't be friendly with the guys you work with and chat and shoot the breeze, but there's certain subjects you just don't need to talk about at work. Just leave those at home.
Yep.
They don't need to know what's going on in your personal life, finances, problems with the family, problems with the wife, problems with the husband. Hey, we're having marital issues. Keep that shit to yourself. Now, if it's bad enough, you might want to let your supervisor know, hey, this is what's going on, just FYI. But you don't need to be walking around sitting in a roll call talking to all the other officers about what's going on in your personal life.
Right.
Never discuss your personal life with inmates or suspects. Ever. They don't need to know if you're married, single, kids, where you live, what you drive. Nothing. They can use that information against you later. Keep it to your fucking self. And I don't know how many times I've had to tell jailers or rookie patrolmen, what the fuck did you tell that guy that for? He don't need to know that. Now he knows something about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't need to know that. This is what they need to know. Your badge number and your name, and that's it. And the agency you work for. And that's all they need to know. That's dangerous. You start down that road, that's dangerous. That's where you start getting compromised because someone comes to you and goes, hey, man, I'll give you $50,000 if you give me the information on this confidential informant from narcotics. And don't think it don't happen. It absolutely happens.
Oh, yeah.
So when you place yourself in that position because you ran your mouth, can't be real surprised at the results down the road. Keep it to yourself. Politics.
Yep.
We're all cops. But just because someone's a cop doesn't mean they think they had the same political views as you. And that can cause problems at work.
It can.
Because all of a sudden, the guy you thought was really cool, turns out he's anti-whatever, you're pro. And now all of a sudden you guys are clashing. Over what? Stupid shit that has no place at work anyway. So, and keep that to yourself. And then don't ever talk about another officer's spouse.
Yeah.
Just
leave it alone.
unless that's like your sister and he's married to your sister, whatever. But just by and large, politics, spouse, and personal life, don't talk about it at work.
Yep.
But today we're going to talk about EVO, which is Emergency Vehicle Operations, which is high-speed driving. Tahoes, Crown Vics. I had Crown Vic when I first started. Crown Vics, Tahoes, Explorers, Chargers, whatever you have. We're going to talk about testifying in court, what that entails, how that actually works, what's expected of you, so on and so forth. I know we've talked about that before, but I'll go a little more into it. And then defensive tactics, because that's what she asked us to talk about. So, this one's for you. Not gonna put your name out there unless you ask us to, and even if you did, I probably wouldn't put your name out there. That's no reason for that. So, EVO stands for Emergency Vehicle Operations.
Mm-hmm.
Cops drive all day. As a patrolman, you drive that car 8 to 12 hours, depending on which kind of shifts you have. You can do anywhere from 50 miles if you're in a small municipality to 300 miles a day. If you're a state trooper, you might drive 400 miles a day.
Yeah.
That's just the realities. Because of that, 5 days a week, the chances of you getting into a crash are a lot higher.
Yep.
Plus, unlike the public, when shit goes south, we hit our lights and sirens and get up well over 100 to get to the scene, whether it's an officer in distress, whether it's violence in progress and you got to get there and stop it, active shooter, robbery in progress, fatality crash, whatever it is, you have to get there with haste.
Yeah.
So we can't take someone untrained, throw them in a car, and then expect them to drive like that without some kind of base training, how to control a vehicle that large, that speed, how it handles, how it maneuvers, how it operates, how it stops, how it turns without training. So smart agencies put you through the high-speed driving tracks, put you into skids on purpose so you can learn how to get out of a skid, how to get high-speed stops, high speed through curves to maintain the curve, cut the apex, take it and come back out of the curve full speed. Some agencies even teach you how to drift. Like California Highway Patrol actually teaches their officers how to drift their cars.
Right.
That's got to be like tense as hell for the instructors. Yeah. Like, don't roll the car. I will tell you as a policeman who's been doing this a long time, you'll get in more trouble for wrecking a police car than you will for excessive force. Excessive force, they didn't lose the car. They might lose some money down the road in a lawsuit, but they didn't lose the car because replacing a police car is not an overnight process.
Oh, yeah.
If you destroy a police car, you total it in a crash, especially if it's one that's your fault, It's going to take a year to get that police car replaced. By the time they order it, they get the funds for it, they get it outfitted, they get it painted, they get the CAD put in it, the cage, all the crap that goes into a police car, and then handed to you to replace that old one. It's been a year, if not longer. So that's the realities. So if you bend a police car, you're going to be in bigger trouble if it was your fault. And I'm here to tell you, as a crash investigator, most of the times when police officers wreck police cars, it is our fault. We're driving too fast, not paying attention. We assume traffic can see us and hear us. They can't, and they don't pay attention.
Or they just won't.
Or they just won't.
They're
just like, whatever, go around me.
Yeah,
just go around me. They know you're not going to pull them over because you're obviously going somewhere in a hurry. So they know they're not going to get pulled over. It's just, I only ever got to do that once. That's because I was in the back. And right about the time I got up to the guy, they canceled the code. Great. Now I'm going to pull this guy over because he would not get out of the way of everybody. Now I was able to actually pull him over, and I asked him, what the hell, man? You saw 5 police cars going by you, lights and sirens. They had to go around you on the right, which is dangerous. You don't pass on the right.
Right.
And he's like, well, I mean, you can go around me. Yeah, give me your license. Here's your ticket. Failure to right away to emergency vehicle. So, and that's any emergency vehicle. Police, car, fire truck, ambulance.
Yep.
Those are police vehicles. Or those are emergency vehicles. Under Texas state law, they are authorized to exceed the speed limit when they are displaying lights and sirens. They're authorized to exceed the speed limit. Mm-hmm. So these people, well, how come you had to do 100 to catch up to me? Well, if you're doing 80 and I'm doing 65, if I do 80, I'm not going to catch you. We're going the same speed. So I have to exceed your speed to catch you.
Yep.
That's how it works. So if I got to get up to 95, 100 to catch up to you, I'm going to have to do that. It is what it is. We're legally 100% authorized to do that under Texas state law.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we need to have our lights on doing that. We don't pass on the right. Even a civilian car should not pass on the right. People are used to faster traffic going by on the left. So if you start to pass them on the right, they see you coming, they move over on top of you.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Stay to the left, hit your air horn, make them move the hell over and go by them. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because the minute you decide to go on the right, that's when they all of a sudden realize you're there and they knock right into you.
Yeah, that air horn's going to be your best friend.
That air horn, I love that air horn. When I'm going through an intersection, I change the sirens and the air horns. I go between the 3 sounds and the air horn.
Yeah.
To oscillate that sound so they don't hear just one sound. They hear 4 different sounds. Get your attention. And don't ever just bomb an intersection. Slow the hell down. Even on a green light, slow the hell down. People run red lights routinely. You've seen it as a cop. You've seen it as a civilian. It is no difference. You run lights and sirens. They don't pay attention. They don't look left. They don't look right. They're on their phone. They're playing with their infotainment system. Whatever the hell they're doing, they're not watching the road.
Yep.
Do not bomb the intersection because I'll tell you right now, most agencies, that will be your fault under their policy because you failed to clear the intersection.
Yep.
You have a duty, operating a police car, to safely clear the intersection. So do not just bomb. If you hear nothing else I say, do not just bomb intersections. Even on a green light, do not just bomb them at 100 miles an hour. That's the day you're going to get the woman with the 3 kids who's distracted by the kids, goes right through the red, and you broadside her at 100 miles an hour with them push bars. Probably going to be a bad day.
Oh, yeah.
And we've had it here. Every big city's had it. We've had deputies and officers kill people. Total accident doesn't make anyone less dead. And the lawsuit that agency's going to pay is going to be big. And there goes your whole fleet of cars the next year. Or that lawsuit was paid out because these police cars, by the time they're paid for, outfitted, they're about $100,000 a piece.
Oh, yeah.
They're not cheap because the CAD system, the push bars, the upgraded suspension, the upgraded brakes, the cage, the tool, the lockbox in the back, the radio system, the antennas, the siren bar, the light bars. That's about $100,000 when you're done outfitting the police car.
Yep.
So, yeah, the agencies tend to get irritated when you destroy their police cars. I don't know how other agencies are. I know our agency, when the car hits 80,000 miles, they're supposed to put in for a replacement. By the time we get the replacement, that car's got 180,000 miles on it. We'll put 80,000 miles on a police car in 6 months.
Yeah.
That's just the reality because it's running 24/7. That's it. Now, if you're an agency that's lucky enough to give you a take-home car where this is your car, you drive this to and from work and you use this car on duty, it will last a lot longer, be a lot cleaner, and a lot better maintained because you're taking care of the vehicle.
Right.
You can't blame the damage on the previous shift call. I came out, Sergeant, look like that. Happens all the time. That's why good sergeants are out there when they're getting their cars. Pull up, let me see the car.
That's funny. It looked like
and
that.
now, our agency, you have to turn on the body camera and inspect the vehicle before the start of your shift. Show the fuel level, the interior cleanliness, any damage inside and out, and log it. And then at the end of the shift, you do the same thing. That proves, hey, that didn't come from me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you do find damage, you immediately report to your sergeant, hey, Sarge, I went out to get this vehicle. That big-ass dent ain't mine.
Yeah.
And they'll go through the previous users and go, okay, that was not there at the beginning of his shift and it was there at the end of his shift, and he didn't report it.
Yeah.
Now they know who to talk to. Now, they may not know that the car got damaged, too. If they're checking out their car at 2 a.m. after they got back from shift or whatever, they may not even catch that dent.
Especially if it happened during a situation or scenario where you're using emergency vehicle operations. You just might not know because
You just might not know.
your mind is focused on getting from point A to point B or driving into pursuit.
So let's talk about pursuits. I probably set the record in my agency for pursuits. I never hit an innocent person. Never happened. But I don't drive with tunnel vision. I force myself to look around, and that's what you need to know. When you're driving high-speed police cars, you need to keep looking around. If you lock your vision forward, your vision starts narrowing in, and you stop seeing everything around you. You stop paying attention to everything around you.
You even get the auditory exclusion, too.
Auditory exclusion as well. You don't hear 18-wheeler air horns. You don't hear other police cars. You're not hearing the radio anymore telling you, hey, code is canceled. We're fine. We're good. We're not hurt.
You don't hear your FTO?
You don't hear your FTO yelling in your ear. Yeah. It is the pitch of your voice is correlative to the narrowness of your vision. So if you hear someone on the radio and their voice is getting higher pitched and higher pitched and higher pitched, their vision is narrowing at the same time. And that's when the supervisor is going to cancel you. He's going to tell you cancel now because he knows you're about 10 seconds away from probably having a crash.
Yep.
So I never got my pursuits canceled because I didn't sound like a little girl screaming on the radio. I stayed calm. I did not raise my voice. I was very clear about where I'm going, where I'm at, what direction, what the road conditions are, traffic conditions, speeds, and what the suspect vehicle is doing. And I stayed calm. And another pro tip for you Evos out there, keep your distance from the car you're chasing. Do not get right up on that car. One, he could lean back and start shooting at you. He might get you. The further back you are, the far less chance he's actually going to get you. Two, he takes an immediate turn and you weren't ready for it. You try to take the same turn and roll your car.
Yep. Or you hit somebody.
So keep about 100-yard distance. At that speed, you can see him just fine. There's no need to be right up on his bumper. Keep a 300-foot, 100-yard gap. And for Europeans, 100 meter. Keep your distance from other cars. Part of Evo is traffic stops. It really is. When you need to make a safe decision on where to light that car up.
Yep.
Just because you saw the infraction right then and there doesn't mean you need to turn on the lights right then and there. Think about the factors. How will it affect traffic around me? Will it freak them all out? Because I'll tell you right now, if I'm about to do a traffic stop and we're sitting at a red light, I'm not going to turn on my lights.
Yeah, that's
and
dumb.
Siren. Because everybody freaks out and panics and just sits there. They don't know what to do. Or they just pull out in the intersection, get out of your way, and get broadsided by another car. So sometimes, let it breathe for a minute. Turn the camera on, but let it breathe. Once the light turns green, you get through the intersection safely, then light him up.
Yep.
That way he can get out of the way of traffic and get into a parking lot instead of entering the highway. So there's all sorts of factors, and we've all heard the term OODA loop. Observe, orient, decide, and act. You are making a million OODA loop decisions a shift. And everything that happens is another OODA loop, another OODA loop, another OODA loop. But in your mind, you need to have certain scenarios already played out in your head. If he does A, what am I going to do? Am I going to do B, C, or D? What am I going to do? How am I going to react to this? If you pulled over, I'm telling you right now, you're going to light people up on the highway, and they're going to stop in the middle of the highway. Dead stop, middle of lane one. They're just going to stop.
Yeah, that's.
You need to decide what to do. Do you go around them and keep going so that you don't get rented? What are you going to do? So you have to have constant decision process in your head. What do I do that is safest for me and the traffic around me and this person? Because once you light them up, they're in your custody and care and control. So you're responsible for them. You lit them up. So you need to factor this in. If I know there's an exit coming up, I may wait until we get maybe quarter mile from that exit. Then I'll light them up. That gives them time, if they're cooperative and they're paying attention, to move over and exit the highway. Can you do a traffic stop on the highway? Yes, you can. I've done a million of them. But my preference is they take the next exit and get into a parking lot. Now it's safe for both of us. We're not going to get by a car. We're not going to worry about traffic whizzing by me at 85 miles an hour. I'm in the parking lot. It's quieter. They can hear me because I'm not on the highway. And I'm less chance of getting hit by a car. So if you get in the parking lot, probably someone doing 5 miles an hour on their phone and smacking the back of your car, which I've had happen to me. And I was just like, crunch. Really? I need a sergeant. I need a traffic unit over here, because I had a fleet crash, and it wasn't my fault, but It's still a fleet crash. Damage to the police car has got to be reported immediately. I'll tell you right now, again, and I specify this and I keep saying this, you'll get in more trouble for an unreported fleet crash or any fleet crash, but especially unreported. If you try to hide that shit, you might get terminated depending on where you work. Dishonesty. Tell them right away, take your licks and move on.
Mm-hmm.
I've had 2 fleet crashes, both my fault. And they were my fault. And I'll own it. They were my fault. I cannot expect my guys to come to me and tell me the truth if I'm not willing to tell the truth myself. They were both my damn fault. One was I was not paying attention. I heard another unit key up, and he sounded a little distressed. So I'm like, well, let me mosey over there and see what he's got going on. I pulled up to the stop sign. I looked left. I looked right. I pulled out, and there she was. And I broadsided her. Totaled my Tahoe, totaled her 98 Camry, or Corolla, whatever the hell it was. Totaled it completely. Luckily, neither one of us were injured. I called immediately for other units, EMS, and fire, because you need to get them checked out. That's your priority. Check out the civilian you just hit. Make damn sure they're not hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And then I called the supervisor. It was my fault. Straight up my fault. I wasn't paying attention. And you know what happened to me? Nothing. I owned it. And I never heard a word about it. But if I'd have lied, oh, it wasn't me, it was her fault. And then they get the camera from the back of the target. Yep. No, that was your fault. And you lied about it.
Just always assume that there's always a camera. I know we've said that before.
There's always a camera.
There's always a camera somewhere.
And if you're dumb enough to think that no one's watching you and filming you, you'll find out the hard way one day.
Think again.
The day you decided to lie on that police report was the day the guy was filming you from across the street.
Yep.
And you may go down and do a FOIA request, pull that report and go, oh, that doesn't match what I got. And then they'll go to your internal affairs and go, well, he said this, and here's my footage. And internal affairs is going, well, now we also need to notify PIU because this is criminal because you arrested somebody wrongfully. Oops. Now you got civil rights violation. You got untruthfulness, no integrity. You're never trusted again.
Yep.
Ever. If they don't fire you, which most agencies will if you end up on Brady or Giglio, they're never going to trust you again, and your DA's office may never let you testify no matter what. You could be the first that arrested a child rapist that you caught him in the act, and they'd be like, yeah, we can't have you testify.
Yep.
Because the defense lawyer is going to have that file and go, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this officer is a proven known liar. And you can't undo that.
Yep.
If Brady is like herpes. You're there for life. You're stuck. You're done. You're fucked. So never lie. Just own it. Own your fuck up and own it. Just say, hey, Sarge, I fucked up. My second fleet was like 1 mile an hour ending. Like dunk. Just a literal dunk. No damage out of their car. But I still need to immediately notify supervisor, immediately get EMS, check them out. So because they immediately will go, oh my God, a police car hit me, and they'll fall on the ground rubbing their neck. Just call EMS. Because they'll go, I don't need medical, I'm fine. They can't take that back. But you don't want to call them, and then they get home and then go, oh man, my neck hurts so bad. And they're calling Bear County going, you owe me $25,000 in medical bills.
Yeah.
Like, from what? I got hit. When? And then, oh, it was the other night over here. And then they call you, did you hit a car? Yeah. Why the fuck didn't you say something? You got a problem. Own it. Just own it. You'll be in far less trouble. You may be in a little bit of trouble, but you'll be in far less trouble if you just own the mistake you made.
Yep.
Can't hide it. I know too many officers and deputies that have tried to hide the fact they had a crash. They either got caught because they were being watched by a supervisor who didn't know it, or a supervisor happened to be driving by when it happened, and they might go, well, let's see if he reports it. It could be an integrity test too.
Yeah.
And some agencies do integrity tests. They will have civilians try to bribe you or offer you crap to see if you'll take it. Some agencies do. I know LAPD does integrity tests. They absolutely do integrity tests. They'll have civilians try to bribe you, to see what you'll do. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Let's find out. Because you need to know, can I trust this officer to tell me the truth? So if you ever get bribed or attempted bribed, report it.
Yeah.
Write it down and immediately notify your supervisor and make sure you write it very thoroughly. This happened. He or she offered me XYZ. I told him no, hell no, kiss my ass, fuck off, whatever the hell it is, and I notified my supervisor immediately and wrote this report. Cover your ass. Yep. That way, when the person goes to IA and goes, I bribed him and he took it. Well, we have the camera. We have the report. And he called the supervisor immediately and it's on camera. So now you're lying. Nice try. Cover your ass, because I'm telling you right now, no one else is going to cover your ass for you.
That's true.
No one. You're on your own.
That's true.
Good luck. If you rely on other people to have your back, that's a lot of faith to have in somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of faith. I've learned the hard way not to have that kind of faith over the years. Just assume they're going to fuck you first chance they get to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Because humans are selfish by nature. And they will absolutely throw you to the wolves to protect themselves. 100%. So just
True.
good advice.
It is good advice.
So as far as Evo goes, what you don't seem to understand, and what a lot of cops don't understand, is every day we get into our personal car, we don't inspect it. We just get in it, start it up, drive off. Very rarely do we actually walk the car.
Right.
Check the tires, check the lights. It's really hard to go around and give people tickets for lights out when you got a headlight out
Yeah.
or a brake light out, and now you are the jackass. Yeah, it's not for a headlight out and you look back and your Tahoe has a light out, and they just look at you like, you might as well give a warning. Don't even give a ticket. Can you still give a ticket? Yes, because you're not responsible for that car. But in reality, how does it look?
Yeah.
You give me a ticket and you have a light out and you're a police car. Okay, you're right. So inspect your vehicle. One, make sure there's no evidence left in the car from the previous shift.
Oh yeah.
We've had that happen before. They've left drugs, weapons that prisoners are thrown on the floor. They didn't search a prisoner, and rather they get to jail, the inmate tosses it, or the suspect tosses it on the floor of the police car, so they don't have it when they go into the jail and catch another felony. And then there you are next shift, and holy shit, there's a gun in the back of my car. It happened to me once. I was like, holy shit. Immediately called Sarge. Hey, I got a gun in the back of my car. And they went through all the arrests and figured out which arrest it was by pulling the backseat camera and figured it out.
Right.
And they were able to charge that guy with a felon in possession of a firearm. But he didn't check his car. Mm-hmm. So every time I pulled an inmate out while they were standing there, I got my flashlight out and I checked the entire back seat to see if they dumped anything. And I do that every single time. That way I could testify that the last time I dropped a prisoner off, I checked my back seat and it was empty. And then I put this prisoner in it. When I pulled this prisoner out, there was a bag of white crystal powder on the floorboard.
Right.
It was not there before. And then go back, watch your footage and see when he does it. Because you'll see it. Whoop.
Oh yeah.
Check your backseat cameras. Make sure they don't just have like here up. Make sure your back camera can see their entire body. Trust me on this. Good, solid piece of advice. Adjust that some bitch if you have to, but you want to see their whole body so you can see them toss the drugs on the ground.
Yep.
Trust me. Check the front of your vehicle for people leaving trash bags filled with food underneath the seat. Starts reeking like hell in the middle of your shift, especially on a summer day. The previous shift, like tacos, fish tacos, and now there's fish smell in your damn car in the summer.
Yep.
Or you got the heater going in the winter and it smells like fishy tacos in your car.
That's funny.
Check for damage. Check your tires. Make sure the tire pressures are where they're supposed to be. That is a safety thing people do not realize. The side of that door is a data plate, and it says what the tires are cold. Those tires should be that cold, because if you start pursuing somebody on a July day and your tire is cold, supposed to 35, and they were at 45 cold, and your tires are getting closer to 55 now, you have a chance of a blowout.
Yeah.
At a high-speed blowout is not a good thing.
Oh,
Hard to maintain control at 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour with a blown out, especially a front tire.
Oh, yeah.
You lose that steering ability and you just start sliding on the rim. Check your tires. Check your lights. Make sure your siren works. Make sure your lights are working. Make sure your radio's working. Not your good times radio, the police radio. Make sure your CAD's working. Make sure your ticket writer's working. Now, can you live without a ticket writer? You can. Get out the old-fashioned ticket book and get ready to write by hand. But check all these things. Make sure the passenger seatbelts or the backseat seatbelts are working for inmates. Make sure the driver's seatbelt and passenger seatbelt in the front compartment are working. Inspect your vehicle. It's your life in that car for the next 8 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
Inspect the damn thing.
Yeah.
If you got a bald tire, don't take it out. Our agency, we have a whole Connex full of tires. We just go change the tire ourselves, or we'll call the tow truck company. Hey, man, come on, change my tire. And they'll come and change it for you. But don't take a bald tire out. That's the day you're going to get in that high speed. You're running to back up a deputy. That sucker blows, and away you go. And you lost total control in traffic, bouncing off cars. Don't think it doesn't happen, and don't think it won't happen to you. It will absolutely happen to you. The clock is just ticking.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the longer you're on the street, the more your odds go up.
Yep.
And that's just realities. So Evo is such a crucial part of our job because we rely on these cars to get us from A to B safely. And we are responsible for not only ourselves, but we're responsible for the public around us. And how you drive can have a direct effect on whether you're going to have a job at the end of your shift or not.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I would hope so. And as a crash investigator, because I get called out on major fleet crashes, I have to come out and do the investigation. I will tell you that almost all agencies now have their vehicles chipped, GPS tracked, the whole smash, how fast you were going, where you were at. You can't turn it off and you can't pull it away. It's in the car. And most of my agency has 3. Our agency has 3 in each car. You're not getting rid of it. And I have access to that as a crash investigator. So when you tell me it wasn't speed, I log in, pull the unit number, and look at the time and go, you were doing 92 miles an hour in a 65. What kind of call were you going to? Because this was a civil matter. Why were you running code 3 speed with no lights and sirens and doing almost 30 over the speed limit? That's a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
That's a very hard question to answer, and you're going to have to answer to that question, especially if it was our fault.
Yep.
100%. If you were in the car, oh yeah. And I'm the one who has to go up and ask, hey man, what happened? And I get lied to. I'm like, dude, stop lying to me, man. I can read the roadway evidence. You need to tell me the truth because I'm the investigator on this case. Please don't make this criminal. Tell me what happened. Oh, no, I didn't do nothing. And then I pull the body camera, the dash camera, the AVL, the GPS, pull all that data, I pull the Berlin, the CDR out of the car, read that, and go, well, Chief, so it turns out he was doing 98 miles an hour and a 65 to a non-coded call. Why? You're going to get there. Look, there's a saying in law enforcement. You can only handle one call at a time.
Yep.
That's all you can do. So don't rush. There's going to be 20 more calls waiting after that one anyway.
Yeah.
So what are you rushing for?
Very true.
Get there, handle business, leave. But you are legally required to drive like everyone else does unless you are in a coded situation and a supervisor has given you approval to run that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You have to maintain the laws like anyone else. You can't go hauling ass, no seatbelt, no signals, cruising through traffic, speeding. How does that look to the public? Because you're going to pull them over tomorrow doing the same exact thing. He's like, I saw you yesterday, asshole. You didn't have your seatbelt on. You got to have your seatbelt on. You got to wear it, one, for safety, because we're not immune to laws of physics just because we're police officers. We die in car crashes. The three things that kill cops are what? Car crashes, gunfire, and cardiac.
Yeah.
Fitness.
Yeah.
We die in police cars a lot from crashes. We're not immune to the laws of physics. We think that because we're cops, I have a better reaction time. Yeah, you do, but physics are still physics. Mm-hmm. And if you go past the point of no return, doesn't matter how good you are. So seatbelts. And I see officers not wearing them, like, put your fucking seatbelt on. Now, if you're pulling up to the scene, take it off before the car stops. Okay, but you're in a residential neighborhood more than likely. Okay, you can, like in residential neighborhoods, I have my seatbelt off, but I'm doing like 15, 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming up near the scene, either the suspect's in the area, and I'm keeping an eye out for him. That front seat becomes your coffin. Yeah. Can become your coffin. But if you're on the highway or regular roadways doing, the 35, 45, 55, 65, whatever, wear your damn seatbelt. Okay, have common sense when to take it off. But when you're driving on patrol, wear your effing seatbelt. It will save your life. I promise you. Mm-hmm. I've worked a lot of police car rollovers where the officers walked away because they're wearing their seatbelt, and I worked one where the officer was not wearing a seatbelt, rolled that Tahoe, and was severely hurt. He bounced around the interior, and the interior had the rifle and shotgun right here, and the cat right here. He bounced off all that as he bounced around the car. That had to hurt. That had to hurt like hell. And he was pretty banged up. He was out for several months. If he'd worn a seatbelt, probably wouldn't have had a scratch. Yeah. He'd been a little sore, but that'd have been about the end of it. Hey, take 24 hours. See you Friday. So Evo is very important. And if you have a good law enforcement academy, like a really good police academy, they're going to stress the hell out of that.
Yep.
1, they don't want damaged cars. 2, they don't want you hitting a civilian. 3, they don't want you getting yourself hurt. And 4, because you have to be able to speed sometimes, they need to know that you can handle that kind of responsibility. Because it is a great responsibility to drive 100 miles an hour running code through traffic, lights and sirens, in the dark, in the rain. They need to know you can know when to go. I don't even do 100. Let me slow down to 80. Yeah. It's raining. Let me slow this down a little bit. You don't need to be doing 100 in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to be going 100 in the rain or the ice.
Especially pursuits in the rain, or unless it's like something like...
You got to know when to let it go.
Yeah.
Know when to let it go. This was the hardest problem for rookie officers, is knowing when to just let the pursuit go. Most agencies, your supervisor will terminate or continue your pursuit. I know DPS, the decision to terminate the pursuit rests with the initiating trooper. He's the one who can, or she can say yes or no. Supervisors won't gainsay him. It's your call. But they trust you to make the right call and go, yeah, I'm terminating this. If you know you're coming up on a school zone at 100 miles an hour that's active and the school's getting out, you should probably terminate that pursuit.
Yep.
And put it on the radio, turn your lights out, put it on the radio, and turn the fuck around. Like, I am not chasing him any longer. After that, that's now on him.
Yep.
But if you chase him to that school zone with lights and sirens going 100 and he kills a kid, that is absolutely going to be on your agency. 100%. They're going to blame you. 100% they're going to blame you. So don't do that. Know when to let it go. Don't let your pride put you into a jail cell or a coffin. Let it go. I've had many pursuits where I was like, you know what? This ain't worth it. We're coming into downtown, heavy traffic. Yeah, this isn't worth it. He's running. Yeah, I was only pulled over for expired registration. We know he's not running for that, but I don't know what the hell. I don't know if he's a murder suspect, whatever. I'm not going to kill somebody over this. Let it go. Now, if we're going south and we're getting away from the city on an open highway, well, then let's run. But it's all going to be, is it day? Is it night? What's the traffic like? What's the road condition like? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it raining? Is it ice? There's so many factors that go into this. You have to make the call. And if you make the right call enough times, your supervisors start trusting you to make the right call. And I've learned that. My supervisors learned that I do know when to let go. I don't let my ego drive that car. So I had pursuits authorized that normally they might not authorize, but because I'd built their reputation as making smart choices and knowing when to go, you know what? Call today. I let them go. Terminated pursuit. Last seen southbound. Notify the next county. Notify the next city. Whatever it is. Maybe they'll get him. He'll stop somewhere at a gas station. They'll see him or something.
Right.
Or once the helicopter's overhead, there's another one. If you're lucky enough to have a helicopter support and they get overhead, let them take it.
Mm-hmm.
Back off, turn your lights out, and let them follow the car. You back way off. The helicopter's going to sit overhead. That guy doesn't even know the helicopter's overhead. And they're going to follow him. And hopefully they're going to slow the hell down, not kill anybody. And they're eventually going to exit the highway, go through a neighborhood, pull into a driveway. And he's going to be right overhead going, okay, we're at this address. The driver's got out wearing a white t-shirt, blue jeans, and a red hat. Walked into the house. Now we get to the house. Bang on the door. They don't answer it. We surround it. Get a search warrant. Bang the door open. And there he is. Come here. You're under arrest. No one's hurt. No one crashed. Problem solved.
Yep.
So make smart decisions. So we did an entire 35 minutes just on Evo.
Yeah.
But that's how important it is.
No, it's very important.
It's one of the most vital things you're going to do. And let's do it out of order. Let's go defensive tactics because Evo and defensive tactics and then testifying in court.
Okay.
So A also asked us to talk about defensive tactics. There's many different schools of thought. I will tell you, jiu-jitsu is probably your best bet as a police officer, learning how to control a subject and get them safely into handcuffs because the ultimate goal is to what? Cuff them.
Cuff them, yeah.
Get them under control. No one's hurt. You're not hurt. They're not hurt. No use of force. No one's got a broken arm. No problem solved. Dust them off. Give them a cigarette. Give them a bottle of water, whatever. Get down to the jail. Call tonight. You're good. Versus you break their arm, break their leg, or you have to mash them because you don't know any other control tactics. You just start punching them in the face.
Yeah.
Now you get down to the jail and their whole face is mangled up. Was it legitimate? Yeah, it was legitimate use of force, but he's all mangled up.
Yeah.
Versus you get him in a takedown, you hold him just right, and maybe another officer over there to get him under control, get him cuffed with you, and you good? Yep. All right, man. So jiu-jitsu really, really is your best bet.
Any type of like any grappling sport, really.
Wrestling,
catch wrestling.
Yep. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial arts, any kind of defensive martial art.
Yeah.
Not offensive martial art. Your goal is not to hurt people.
Like the kumite.
I don't know what that is. What the hell's that? You come up with weird shit. You know that? What is that?
I don't know. It's like some just joke, like some martial art, like contest where the deadliest martial arts, like I guess they all just practice it, these practitioners, and they battle one another for it. Kumite.
Okay. Well, some martial arts are offensive in nature.
Yeah.
Some are defensive in nature.
Yeah.
So some you turn their strength against them. So you don't have to exert much strength. You just use physics and movement to turn their strength against them.
Something like Aikido.
Stuff like that. Aikido, hip throws, stuff like that. Like, you're not trying to hurt them. And our goal is not to hurt people we're taking into custody. We don't want to hurt them. One, they're still human.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you got to go sit at the hospital for hours while they get cleared. And there you are racking up overtime sitting there bored of your ass at the hospital. And then if you got to admit them, you got to get them proxy booked. You got another deputy over there to watch them or another officer. You got to call your chief. You got to, whatever. Dude, our goal is not to hurt people. Now, sometimes it's unavoidable. You fight them hard enough, long enough, and you're by yourself, it may end up having to happen. It is what it is. But you have to know how to control a resistive subject. Now, bear in mind, and you're going to hear this at your academies, at least you should, you don't have to win the fight. You just can't lose the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, help's coming. So if you can just get them on the ground and then get them safely just held there, and trying to let them go to get the other arm, you're going to have to let them go. What's wrong with just holding them?
Yep.
Get on the radio and go, okay, I've got him down on the ground, got him under control. I need another unit here to get him into cuffs. As soon as other officers get there, get that other arm. Get that arm under control. You got this arm. Get this one cuffed. You're done. Now search him and get him up.
Yep.
It's cuff, then search. I don't know why I keep seeing this reversed. It's not search, then cuff. It's cuff, then search.
Yep.
And I don't know why I keep seeing that get reversed. And it boggles my mind because while their hands are still loose, they can still hurt you.
Yeah, it's true.
So you go to reach for that gun that's in their crotch and they go down for that gun. Now you're both fighting over a gun. Cuff them first. Now you got control over them. Now you can go, stop it. Hey, stop. You chicken wing them, which means you run your hands up the back of their arms between the cuffs and their body. And you can just do this and chicken wing them and they're not going anywhere.
Like a Nelson.
Like a half Nelson. And then search them.
Yeah.
Search their crotch. Search their crotch. Search their crotch. It has nothing to do with sexual orientation. They will hide stuff down in their crotch because they know another man does not want to touch another man in the crotch. And so they'll hide it right down there. Guns, drugs, knives, cell phones that they don't want to take into the jail. They'll hide it in their crotch. Because, and here's how you know when someone's trying to hide some shit from you. As soon as you start reaching down there to search them, and believe me, convicts know they're going to get their crotch searched. They've been through this a million times. So they know you're going to search their crotch. Before you even start getting near their crotch, all of a sudden they're accusing you of being gay and liking it. They're hiding something in their crotch. You need to force them up against that car, and you need to search their damn crotch thoroughly. That is where they're going to hide the guns, drugs, knives, and cell phones. Okay? Has nothing to do with sexual orientation.
Mm-hmm.
But you better search it, because we find guns there. So I reach up under there, dunk, dunk, and be like, either you have iron balls, or you have something else, or you've grown a third nad, and it's that bag of meth.
I found a gun that way.
Yeah.
It was like just, he had it like tucked, but it was kind of more inside his crotch area.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was getting to the front of like patting him down around there,
was he
was
like
already
starting to turn
he's
away?
edging his body away.
Yes, and
Then he was like, "Oh, officer, I gotta tell you something."
yeah.
Like, oh, what is it? It's like, I got a gun.
I got a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pay attention to body language when you're searching somebody. Pay attention. They will turn away from you. When you start reaching around the front, they'll start turning their body away from you.
Yep.
That's a clue. That is a clue right there. Shove them into the car and search them. You are in charge, officers, not the suspect. You dictate the search. You dictate where they stand, where they sit. I'll make them open their legs like this, wide as I can get them. Spread your feet. Spread them. Spread them. Spread them. Spread them, and I'll kick their feet out. Spread them. I'll have them down damn near like a Y. Okay, now don't move. That way they are completely, and I'll just hold them back like this. They're completely off balance.
Yep.
They cannot get up and run from me, and they cannot fight me. And then I'll just start the whole search. Start up here. Check the collar. Check the armpits. Go down the sides. Check the crotch. Go around the waistband. Don't stick your hands in their pockets without feeling the outside of the pocket first. You're going to find a needle, an uncapped needle.
Right in your finger.
Or a razor. So don't, feel the pocket. Squeeze it. Squeeze it like this. Squeeze it and feel. Nothing wrong with that. Don't ever stick your hands where your eyes ain't been. If your eyes ain't been there, don't stick your fucking hands down there.
Yep.
Be thorough. Make them take their shoes off. Hey, man, kick your shoes off. Kick your socks off. You'll find drugs in their shoes. You'll find weapons in their shoes. Razors, knives, guns. You'll find all that crap in their boots and shoes. It's there. They'll have it to the bottom of their foot in flip-flops. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, lift your right foot. What is that?
And it's funny
It's
when people try to conceal like stuff on their shoes, they'll take it off, but they'll immediately try to like scrape it across the ground, or they won't lift their foot all the way. It's so obvious.
And I make them, dude, lift your foot now. And I reach down and grab their ankle and lift it up. Like, okay. So you have to be very, very, very thorough. I've never been offended if I had to pass, say, a subject off to J-Man and he searches him. That shouldn't offend me at all. That shouldn't offend me one damn bit. That's just good policy. That's just good practice. Mm-hmm. He is not going to take a suspect from me, no matter how well I've told him, hey, I searched him good. That's an idiot of him to take me at my word. He needs to make damn sure that I did it because it's his safety and it's his ass. And he gets down to the jail and, hey, man, this guy's got a gun in his crotch. He would call me like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, I didn't check his crotch. I've just put him in danger. Mm-hmm. He gets his hands in the front, pop, shoots him in the back of the head. It happens. It has happened. It 100% has happened before. There's many, many videos of suspects having a gun in the back seat. There was that famous one where they were sovereign citizens, and the guy they hadn't searched him. He had 2 guns in his fucking pants. 2 guns. And he was telling them, you're kidnapping me. I'm going to use deadly force to protect myself. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Shut up. And he got that gun out and shot both officers in the back of the head. Killed them both. So that was their oops, and it cost them their lives. And it sucks. And that dude, of course, survived and went to prison. Nobody shot him. He gave up when all the other officers got there. So search them thoroughly, top to bottom. Hair, run your hands through their hair. If they have big hair, they will hide shit in that hair. They will hide weapons. They'll hide knives. They'll hide razors. Absolutely, they will.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere. Make them open their mouth, lift their tongue, all that crap.
Right.
You may go, man, you're doing too much. Okay. Don't heed my words and see if it comes back to haunt you down the road.
When a suspect, inmate, AP, whatever says you're doing too much, you're usually doing the right thing.
Yeah, and you're not doing enough, actually.
Yeah.
If they tell you you're doing too much, that's because they want you to stop.
Yep.
Which means you're on the right track.
Oh, yeah.
So you go, hey, man, I'm paid to do too much, and keep going.
Yep.
And they'll, oh, you're doing too much, man. You're going all this extra. You're being all extra. Yeah. Yes, I am. That's my job. And you won't be the officer taking a gun into the jail or a knife into the jail or drugs into the jail. Yep. And you did your job. You found the gun. Hey, that's your job. We don't introduce contraband into the jail. I say that, but that's where most of it comes from is jailers bringing this shit in or officers not searching their prisoners thoroughly.
Yeah.
It's one of the two. So it doesn't come in there. It doesn't materialize out of nowhere. It was brought in somehow. But defensive tactics, you got to know if you are, and I'm not knocking female officers. We have female officers in our agency that I wouldn't fight. Absolutely not, because I know they've messed me up bad. But let's be real. If you are a petite officer who does not have a serious command presence, you may want to learn jiu-jitsu and you may want to learn command presence because the first time you go to rap ass with somebody who's 3 times your size, they're going to teach you a hard lesson. And you better hope you have backup there with you. There's a very famous video of that female officer. I think it was Georgia or North Carolina, something like that. It was a traffic stop on the side of the road. She was wearing green, so it's East Coast somewhere, Florida, Georgia, something like that. Mm-hmm. She went to cuff that dude. You turned around and laid her out. And then he stood over her, just pounding her face in.
Oh, that's right. And took her gun. And
took her gun, but he drove off with his car.
Yeah.
But he took her gun. He didn't kill her.
Yeah.
Luckily, he didn't kill her because usually that's what happens. Like, well, I've gone this far. Pop. He just took her gun and drove off in his car with his little girl. Bye. And the girl's screaming, Daddy, Daddy, stop. Your daughter's panicking because she wasn't prepared for it.
Right.
So I always prepare for that. And I feel their body. You will feel them tense up. You know it's about to start when they start tensing up. Mm-hmm. And I'll ask them, hey, man, why are you tensing up for? They usually breaks that OODA loop and they, oh, I'm not. Relax then, man. Just relax, dude. You know, get them in cuffs. Get them fast into cuffs. Cuffs can always come right back off. I'll tell you right now, they are not allowing themselves to be cuffed. There's a reason they're not allowing themselves to be cuffed. Criminals who have nothing to hide and they're not going to run don't have a problem being cuffed.
Yep.
But the ones that have something to hide, or they need the freedom to run, they're gonna do everything they can to keep getting put in those handcuffs. So when they're resisting just being put into cuffs, you have a bigger problem.
Yeah.
There's something else going on. So please heed my words and hear me when I tell you this. So that's defensive tactics. Basically, do what you can handle.
Pretty much.
If you need to get another unit there, no shame in that. Get another unit there and get this person to custody. Now, there is such a thing in the law as too many officers being seen as an excessive use of force.
Yeah.
You show up with 20 officers to arrest one guy who's just being verbal, that can be construed as excessive.
Because then you're fighting each other. You're not, at that point.
And there's that too. People don't realize that.
You're just fighting each other because one person's pulling one way, you're pulling another way, then two other guys are pulling the legs, and you're all getting each other's way.
Yep. So unless you're trained for that, like I was on the CERT team when I was at the jail. You learn, you train how to have multiple officers on one person to get them under control. You got right arm, you got left arm, you got right leg, you got left leg. That way we don't cross like that and then handcuffing each other on accident. You handcuff the officer's arm, like, oh, my bad, dude. Now you're trying to get the cuff back off while the guy's still actively fighting.
Yeah.
So there's ways to be trained for that. But usually I would tell you, it's just like watching people getting jumped. Usually the people doing the jumping end up hurting each other more than they hurt the dude in the ground.
Yeah.
Because they end up kicking each other and hitting each other more than they hit this dude. This dude's got to curl into a ball, and they're going to kick each other more than they're going to kick this dude in the ground. I've seen it a million times. I'm like, y'all have no idea what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You'd have caused more problems to that dude if you'd just been one-on-one. But you kick the crap out of each other trying to hit him.
Yep.
It's funny to watch. It's hilarious. But I've seen officers get another officer in a headlock on accident. You're like, what are you doing? It's because they're not trained for it.
Right.
So 2 or 3 officers, you can control one guy. You get 2 to control him and get that third one to get the cuffs on him.
Yep.
Problem solved. You want to control this before everything else in the world is this, right here. Hands. Hands are what kill you. Not eyes, not mean mugging you, not glares, not feet, unless they're like a kung fu master, then maybe they can kick your teeth in.
Right.
But generally it's hands. Weapons are held by hands, not toes. Get their arms under control. Get those hands under control. You do that, beat you got an arm. All right, third officer, get in here and cuff him. Cuffs go on. Search him while he's down on the ground. That's the best position disadvantage right there is on the ground.
Yep.
Search him on the ground. That way, if he gets stupid, you just drop your body weight on him.
Yep.
No, man. What are you doing? Stay there. Nothing says you need to be in a rush to stand him up and throw him in a car. You're in control. Slow the situation down. Okay, you had a use of force, your blood pressure's up, your pulse is up, your visions were narrowing a little bit, you're excited, you're hyped up. Slow it down.
Yep.
Okay, everybody calm. Let's get him searched. Someone needs to take control. Get him searched. As far as defensive tactics go, I want to mention that. If you see an officer going too far, you have a duty to stop them.
Yeah.
Stop them. We can justify what's called perception lag. Takes a second to realize the fight's over. And you throw that one extra chingazo. We can justify that. It took a second to realize the fight was over. You cannot justify hamburger in someone's face and while officers stand there and watch. That's a no-go. Every officer that was standing there is going to be just as guilty as that one. Mm-hmm. And they may not face time, but they would definitely be terminated. But that officer's going to face time.
Yeah.
So you have a duty. If you see an officer who lost his temper, because that could be you next time, grab him and pull him off. Hey, it's enough. It's enough. Stop. Okay? You have a duty to do that. And you may have saved his life and his career because one day it might be you. And he'll pull you off and go, hey, man, stop. Chill out. We all lose our temper sometimes. You get that one guy that just pushed the right fucking buttons and the fight was on, but after it's over, you're going to show him who's boss. We don't show people who's boss. Okay? We use our arrest authority correctly under state law and Supreme Court guidelines and policy of your agency. You take them into custody. It ain't fucking personal.
Yep.
I know it's easy to say that, but it ain't personal. Just arrest him and be done with it. So that's DT. Defensive tactics, we call it DT. Last one, and I'm only going to hit it for a little bit because we have talked about it before, is testifying in court. And go back because I think we did a whole episode.
I think, yeah, we did.
So just be professional. Trim your beard if you have a beard. Have your hair, get a haircut. Be clean your nails because jurors have nothing better to do than stare at you on the stand.
Yeah.
Wear a clean uniform. You should have food in your mic, mustard stain in your shirt. Your boots should be clean. Your uniform should be clean. If you're in a suit, wear a correctly fitted suit.
They're not the big old.
Yeah. If you're a patrolman who's only got one suit, just make sure it's correctly fitted.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Now, some agencies require you to wear a suit. Some agencies require you to wear your, duty uniform that you were wearing that day. Whatever. Make sure it's squared away and presentable. Speak clearly, calmly, and concisely.
Yep.
Don't answer a question they didn't ask. Don't expand the answer to something they didn't ask and get yourself in trouble. Keep your answer short. If it's a yes or no question, answer yes or no. Yep. Don't yes, but just yes or no. Don't ever lie. Not once. If you don't know, say you don't know. Don't make some shit up and get your ass in deep shit for lying on the stand. Yep. You don't know? I'd rather be thought of as ignorant than a liar.
Yeah.
I'd rather be thought of as not having the knowledge versus, oh, he's a complete liar. And my client, so if he lied here, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what else did he lie about?
Yep.
How much did my client really actually do?
That is very true.
And that's exactly what you're going to hear out of the defense attorney's mouth right to the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this officer has lied on the stand, which means he lied when he arrested my client, that my client did not actually do these things that he claimed he saw my client do. Mm-hmm. So now you have a mistrial, an acquittal, probably. You're in deep shit on the Brady list, and the judge can order the bailiff to take you into custody for aggravated perjury.
Yeah.
Bailiff, arrest that officer. The judge can do that right then and there, and they'll write their own warrant right then and there. The judge will handwrite their own warrant and sign their own warrant. Book them. You're fucked. Your career just ended right then and there. So if you don't know, just say you don't know.
Yep.
That's the hardest sentence for cops to ever say. I don't know. That's the hardest sentence. The hardest phrase for any police officer is, I don't know. It's like they think they're going to melt if they say, I don't know. Like, we had a saying that my homicide sergeant always said, and he was right. You don't know what you don't know.
That's true.
So you don't know. So, well, officer, were you aware of Officer so-and-so did this over here? I was not. I didn't know that. Well, how come you didn't know it? Because I was over here.
Yep.
So, no, I don't know. You have to ask that officer. That takes responsibility off you because you're not answering for another officer's actions.
Yep.
So answer for your actions and what you actually observed happen. Not what you heard about third hand. What did you observe? And you say, look, I was told about it, but I didn't see it. Because they'll say, well, were you told about it? Yes. What did he tell you? Well, he told me this. Did you see it? I didn't. That's their honest answer. Always be honest. Always. You know, because there are people who think that cops always lie in court. Always. We're always lying. Period. Everything we say is a lie in court. Everything. It's not true. But that's the public thinks. All it takes is one officer getting caught doing it. Yep, they all do it. See? They all do it. No, we don't. But officers get scared of looking like they don't know what they're doing, so they lie.
Yeah.
And they make something up. Well, you just fucked yourself. You fucked the DA's office. You fucked your agency, and you let the guy walk free on the crime he actually committed. But that whole case is now tainted. So no judge is going to allow that case to continue. They'd rather just let him go than try to push that. And if he does somehow get a conviction on appeal, shit's going to fall flat.
Yep.
It's going to get overturned.
Yep.
So don't ever lie. Just call today.
It's not worth it. Yeah.
Not worth it. Hey, I don't know. If you wrote a half-ass report, own it. Just own it. Hey, I was middle of the night. I was tired. I was like 12 reports in. I was exhausted. That's better than lying.
Yeah.
You're a human being. Juries can be sympathetic to human beings. They will not be sympathetic to a lie. Mm-hmm. You've wasted their time, the court's time. You wasted everybody's time. And in their mind, shit, was this guy really actually innocent this whole time? You know, and they get a little irritated by that too. Yeah. And judges really get irritated by that.
Oh, yeah.
Because you wasted their time. You wasted the court's time, and it's precious time because they have 1 million cases, and you wasted the court's time, and they don't like that. Judges tend to get really vindictive too. Judges will come back, and they will remember you. Mm-hmm. So when you come to them to sign a warrant, I don't want to talk to you. Go find another judge.
Yep.
Like, shit. So make friends with judges. I'm friends with the judges downtown. I get along with all of them just fine. I know my limits of judges. I'm very cautious with them because they hold a lot of power. District court judges hold a lot of power, but they're elected.
Yep.
They're in that position. So that's basically in a nutshell, really, today's episode, which was EVO, defensive tactics, and testifying in court. And we did a whole episode on court. So go find that one, and that'll give you everything you need to know. We've talked about fleet crashes, which is part of EVO, but we want to kind of foot stomp a few things. And defensive tactics, I don't think we ever really discussed DT.
No, not really.
I think we talked about it, but we never actually in-depthed it. So that's today's episode in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe learned something from it. Just remember that your ego can write checks, your ass can't cash, and that would be the end of your career.
Yep.
So don't let your ego be in charge. Take the ego and emotions out of the equation, and you'll never get in trouble. We don't cause pain on purpose. We cause pain for compliance. As soon as you get compliance, stop the pain. Because now you're going past compliance into deliberate indifference and causing pain and suffering on purpose. Mm-hmm. Direct civil rights violation. You went right past the legal, right into the illegal.
Yep.
So there's a line there. Don't cross it. So if you want to email us, you want to hear about a topic, you want us to talk about something, you want to bitch at us, say we got something wrong, fine. Email us at runningcode2023@gmail.com. That's RUNNINCODE2023@gmail.com. Don't put the G in there in running. If you want to leave a comment on Facebook or, a YouTube, feel free. But remember, it's public, and we'll talk about you. If you put something though racist or prejudiced or discriminatory, no, we're going to delete that. Mm-hmm. That's not what we're here for. But if it's something stupid, you say something really dumb like pigs being pigs, which we thought was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 1960 term. I was actually like, that's funny. You know, we're going to read that out loud. I'm going to read your username because you put it on YouTube, which is public. Everyone can see it, so we're not expected to be hidden.
Yeah.
If you email us, though, something that you have a question and you don't want your name put out there, just say, hey, please don't put my name on there. Not a problem. We'll come up with a pseudonym for you. You'll know who we're talking about. If you work for an agency but you don't want us to say what agency you work for, not a problem. Just tell us that, hey, I work for Chicago PD. Please don't put my agency out there. Okay. We won't. We'll respect that. We won't get you doxxed. Mm-hmm. But we will answer your questions if we can. Either return the email or we'll talk about it on the podcast, which means you got to listen to the podcast to get your answer.
Right.
See? Nuts like a fox. Nuts like a fox. So, J-Man, do you have anything to add on any of the topics we just discussed?
No, not at all.
Do you think we covered enough for our fine listeners?
I think so.
I think we did too.
Especially if they listen to the courtroom testimony one.
Yeah, you'll get a lot out of that.
Stuff covered,
you'll get a lot out of that. I remember the first time I testified in court, man, I was shaking like a leaf, palms sweaty. I was like, Jesus. And then after you testified 50 times, like, whatever, you go in there, you know your shit.
It's definitely not what I thought. It's nothing like TV.
Nothing like TV.
Yeah,
There's no objection, yelling, screaming, hollering, badgering. There's none of that. It's like watching paint dry.
Oh yeah,
It is. You're like, oh my God, this is so boring to watch. But it's designed that way for a reason. You want to keep the emotions out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you'll get defense attorneys that will try to needle you to get you to lose your temper. But they're not going to be right up in your face, screaming in your face like you do on TV. The judge is not going to allow that. The judge is going to put a stop to that real fast. Hey, counselor, that's enough. This is a courtroom, not a theater. You'll hear stuff like that from judges. There's a reason for it. Court should be dry. It should be emotionless. We're here for the facts.
Right.
Not emotion in theater. Facts. So just bear that in mind. So, since we have nothing else, brothers and sisters, please be safe out there. Watch each other's backs. Protect each other. And what I mean by protect each other is not lie for each other, but protect an officer who's about to do something stupid and stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they're going a little far in the use of force because they're angry, stop them. You know, if you see an officer driving like a complete asshole for no reason, talk to that officer.
Yep.
Hey, man, not cool. If he tells you to fuck off, well, you tried.
Yeah.
But you do at least try. So then you can sleep at night going, hey, I tried.
Yeah.
So that's not on me. He's a grown-ass man, a grown-ass woman.
Yep.
So since that's all on this beautiful, fine Sunday where it's colder than a witch's titty in a brass bra, we're going to wish you to have a fantastic and safe week. Pass this on to other people. Let them listen to it. We like to grow the audience. We believe this is educational stuff that should get out there to the whole world to hear. So everybody living outside the U.S. can go see what a wonderful country we live in, where the cops don't beat the crap out of you just before they ask you a single question. You know. So from J-Man and I here in South Texas and running code, we're out of here.